Thank you very much, Stanley. It's a great pleasure this year also to collaborate with the Oxford Mindfulness Foundation and Sharon and you, Stanley, and Yotaro and Kyoko. So I'll present some of the photos of the places and of the spirit of this program, which is very much built upon the idea of the ancient wisdom and the modern science meeting in Kyoto in order to enhance our leadership and the way we lead our lives and the way we lead our organizations. So just to introduce myself very briefly. So as you can hear, I was born and raised in France, and I've been living in Kyoto for more than 17 years. I now serve as an associate professor at Kyoto University, where I teach many the philosophy of mindfulness with the background in Buddhist studies. So I will serve in this program in two roles, one as a lecturer with those two lectures I'm going to present very briefly, and two, as a mindfulness teacher during the cultural experiences of day 3, which are very special, and this is very much a day of retreat within the retreat, so to speak. So in our work at Kyoto University, we really try to bridge or integrate culture, philosophy, and psychology of mindfulness. And we have the opportunity to use those extraordinary places in order to really deepen what mindfulness means and how we can design the practices, how we can use them to nourish ourselves, and especially to enhance our clarity and our vision. This is what I'm going also to present a little bit more. So I've been teaching at Kyoto University in the Executive Leadership Program for many years about the philosophy of mindfulness. I now continue by teaching philosophy of mindfulness to Kyoto University's students, especially those who are enrolled in the international MBA. So this is really what I want to bring to this program. And the two lectures, just to introduce very briefly the main ideas of the two lectures. So the first is about looking into or really like deepening our understanding of the roots of mindfulness, of the cultural roots of mindfulness. So this is called Mindfulness in Asian Philosophies and Kyoto's Culture. So we'll make a journey, so to speak, from India in the Greek kingdoms, Silk Road, China, Japan, and Kyoto. And the idea is that such historical background is very useful for leaders because all those philosophies were the main resources for ancient leaders in Asia. And very much they are all integrated into Kyoto's culture. And we'll see also a little bit the different origins, meanings, and etymologies of mindfulness from ancient Asian languages, and especially in Chinese or in Japanese, in Nyan or Nen, this idea of being present, of presence of mind. But I'll say right now that this is presence of mind with a different quality of attention that is imbued with compassion, with acceptance and understanding. And also what we will see in this first lecture is how Japanese culture has really distilled this spirit of mindfulness in Kyoto. And we can see how, especially the tea ceremony, so this is a Grand Master of the Urasenke school, offering tea to the former Myanmar leader, Aung San Suu Kyi. So leaders, tea, the culture of tea was very much a very important cultural background of leaders. And it was a way to still the mind, to have greater clarity and vision, and also to make alliances, to meet people at a deeper level. So we'll explore very much that aspect together. Then in the second lecture, so the first lecture is more about, so to speak, the history. So trying to zoom out and deepening our historical awareness as leaders should do, I would say. I'm myself more a scholar, but I really encourage leaders to have this larger historical awareness. But then the next lecture is to see how we can use this knowledge in order to live now and to lead now. And of course, in today's world, the challenge is the digital age or the age of AI. So I'll present in this lecture how we can clarify with mindfulness vision, mission, values in an age of distraction. And this is the main challenge I will tackle in this lecture, deciding what to focus on, because distraction is not just a matter of concentration, it's a matter of clarity, exactly as Stanley presented, of intention. And then directing attention and energy on chosen priorities and staying with them and sustaining such commitments, leading one's life and organization accordingly with integrity. And then I'll propose the idea of using mindfulness as a moral and intellectual compass for leaders. So there is one quote from this book of The Age of AI by leaders Kissinger, Schmidt, and Utenlocker. The irony is that even digitization is making an increasing amount of information available, it is diminishing the space required for deep, concentrated thought. Today's near constant stream of media increases the cost and thus decreases the frequency of contemplation. This is a major challenge, especially for leaders. So this program is very much conceived as offering the space required for deep, concentrated thought and contemplation. And it goes with peer discussion, of course, and meeting other leaders. So this is a paper that can back up a little bit the lecture. Very simple idea about the challenges of distraction. What distractibility does, especially through digital media, is to narrow down of awareness, and then also have a sense of unstable and capture attention. But mindfulness training is the antidote, so to speak. It can cultivate a stable, mastered attention and open awareness. And of course, what the slide intends to mean is that Kyoto's culture, and especially Japanese design, can be extraordinarily useful as a support for the cultivation of mindfulness. So all the different practices of finding peace that Stanley will teach can offer a way to have stable attention and open awareness. But we will, in those, especially the cultural experiences, we will rely upon the power of culture, and especially in the museum experience, so to speak, we'll have a museum only for us. So it will be a very privileged time for training the art of paying attention. And today it's very hard. People tend not to pay attention to each other or to themselves or to what's really going on. So we use the power of art, the power of beauty to get that and also get inspiration. And then we'll also rely upon the power of nature. So Arashiyama is absolutely beautiful. And especially the garden experience will be a way to really deepen that power of how to stabilize attention and how to open awareness. And the idea is that this is not a way to escape the world, but this is like a strategic retreat in order to gain creative vision. And the idea is such a tea hut, like a tea house, a chashitsu. The idea is to use those spaces to regain inner balance, clarity of intention, and also the power of hope. Sometimes this can be quite depressing in many ways, but it's very important for leaders not to give up, and especially to rely on the power of hope in order to make the world a better place. So we'll see the different facets of the training of mindfulness, self-awareness, attentional flexibility, and emotional regulation. And they are integrated, especially in this technique that we will practice, the 3-step breathing space. But in conclusion, I will say that those different aspects, attention, mastery of attention, self-awareness, and emotional regulations can be weaved together in order to point out to what we mean by mindful leadership. So it's a state of awareness that is open, stable, and able to skillfully respond with creative solutions. So please join us in Kyoto to find peace in a frantic world, but then to come up with new creative solutions that you can then bring to the world and bring to your organization. So those were my main points. And the idea, of course, is not to automatically react to those challenges, but have this greater clarity. So this is what I wanted to share today. And now I will invite Kyoko-san, who was a participant last year, and this year will join the teaching team. So thank you, Kyoko, for being here today and sharing your experience with us.